I'm Adam Paddock, and this is how I made Conversations Past Midnight with Micaylarie. So I wrote this song in May of 2020, right on this piano, and it's incredibly out of tune, if you can, with lots and lots of keys that just don't work. So just give it character, you know? And I think the moment that I began writing it and I had like the hook of the Conversations Past Midnight, that meaning of like those are the conversations that matter, that's what shapes everything. I knew I wanted it to be influenced heavily by Dear Evan Hansen and the Andrea Bocelli type of epic feeling, and I try to reflect that in the production as well. And as soon as I started writing it, I knew this had to be a duet, like this needs to be one. So the best person I could think of for this type of song, someone who has an incredibly delicate and powerful voice at the same time, is my friend Micayla Kesterson, or Micaylarie, on all platforms. So I met Micayla my freshman year of college at a crew overnight thing, and she and I both were like singing together, and from that moment we made a connection that I was a soloist my senior year in show choir and she was as well. And I remember admiring her show from afar so much because this girl who was the soloist that I didn't know wrote the opening number and the entirety of the instrumentation for it. The lyrics and basically a dance and a show was created around the song that she made, and I thought, man, I'll never meet that person, but she's super cool. And then it turns out that she's now one of my good friends, and so I shot her a text, a little FaceTime. It was like 2 a.m. and I was like, Micayla, get up. Like, I don't care what you're doing. We are making this song right now. I have the verse and the chorus, and I know you can help me take this to the next level.
Adam FaceTimed me at like 2 o'clock in the morning and was like, hey, we need to record this song. And we literally wrote the whole entire song that night. I was sitting at my desk in my parents' house, and we just cranked that song out. We dissected each line. She helped me change a couple words here and there. Our melodies were switched around a little bit. During the whoa section though, whoa, that part, we had to stay away from the Bad Romance by Lady Gaga woes because it's really close. And the other issue that we had was at the beginning when it says, I paint the curtains from where I come, versus I paint the pavement from where I come. We could not decide between the words in the first part of the song. It was between paint the curtains from where I'm from or paint the pavements from where I'm from. I thought pavements sounded cool. He thought curtains sounded cool, but I just couldn't. I just didn't like it. And
we ended up going curtains because it was my section of the song. But she might say something otherwise.
He ended up going with curtains, and I don't think he'll ever live it down. I'm just kidding. But yeah, it's funny to see how the song all came together, and I'm really proud of what we made.
And from there, we talked about like the meaning that we're looking for.
Conversations Past Midnight was such a fun song to record because we both were so passionate about spreading a message about how important those late night conversations are, whether you're talking about your relationship with God, your struggles that you've gone through, whatever it is. It's usually taking place pretty late at night when you guys are comfortable with each other. I know that I had many conversations with my fiance like this, many conversations with my best friends, even with Adam. I remember I was recording this one riff like a bunch of times, and Adam had got up to the bathroom, and my friend Maddie was there like hitting the record button, and he came back down. He was like, what? Apparently I'd hit the riff really well or something. He was pretty stoked about that.
Still remember, I ran up to the bathroom when we were working on the big woes, when she just riffs like crazy there at the bridge. And I went up to the bathroom and came back down, and that entire section was done. And I didn't have to do really any flex pitching whatsoever to make it as perfect as it was. That's just how she's made, and she can sing like that, and it blows me away all the time. In terms of production, I really wanted to emulate something like what Andrea Bocelli and Dear Evan Hansen did with capturing emotion through like the complex arrangement with strings, percussion, and just like lots and lots of vocal stacks. So I've got a piano right here that Sophia laid down. I've got tons and tons of violins, violas, cellos, all of those, and together they sound like. And so from there, I knew that this can't just be an orchestra, it can't just be strings without percussion. From that point, I moved on to adding the booms. And that sample is actually a mix between a big boom that I found online from an explosion, as well as an incredibly distorted timpani. And then of course I knew our vocals were going to be the things that set it apart. And so these are all the vocal stacks. I think that section really brings in the message of what we're looking for. Truly collaborating with Micayla was a dream. Her musical prowess and vocal capabilities were the things that blew me away ever since I didn't even know her personally. And so it's been a crazy blessing getting to work with her, and you're going to see a lot more coming from us. And that is how Micaylarie and I made Conversations Past Midnight.